Welcome back to Inspiration. We're going to be having some fun with another pose breakdown. We're going to be moving into our 8-angle posture. So this does involve a lot of hip work and a lot of core strength. So it would be nice to open up those hips a little bit before we get started. So we're going to find our way into our bound angle, just grounded through those sit bones. The soles of the feet draw together, the knees gently falling towards the earth. And we'll begin to open up our feet like books, inviting that stretch gently through the ankles. A hug of our low belly invites that length through the spine as we relax the shoulders back and down. And then as we hinge at the hips, finding that we maintain the length of our spine. Allowing that stretch through the inner hip flexors, we continue to let the knees relax. We might even let the elbows gently press on the inner thighs to find a little bit extra stretch through those inner hip flexors. We want to keep those shoulders back and down, that length across the collarbones. And we'll just find a few moments here in our bound angle. And then gently we'll reach the chest forward and up. The shoulders will draw back up and over the hips. We'll start to step the feet out in about a 45-degree angle. We're going to take the arms, we're going to slide them up underneath the legs, and then we just reach through the fingertips. We want to hug the low belly, and we just work what's available. Maybe we find that this is the extent of our posture. Maybe we can start to walk those feet forward as we continue to release the chest towards the earth, finding that stretch that comes through the inner hip flexors. As we continue to stretch through those hips, we want to maintain the length of our spine. By hugging the low belly in, we draw the floating ribs together and let the shoulders gently relax. And then gently we'll begin to work the hands back through the legs to our midline. We'll extend through the chest forward and up as the shoulders turn up and over the hips. We'll take our right leg and gently begin to draw it in towards the perineum or those hips and let the knee relax as if we're going to come into our comfortable seated position. So we just let that leg relax upon the earth. Grounding through the sit bones, we'll start to draw that left hand to the outsole of that left foot. We'll reach that left knee up towards the armpit. Maybe we can even get that knee behind the leg, and we can draw our right hand up to meet the left foot. We'll work that left shoulder up underneath the knee. Maybe we just find that it gets up onto our tricep. We'll just work the availability. We want to continue to ground through the sit bones as we stretch through that hip, working that extension through the spine. Hug the low belly in and draw the floating ribs together. And we'll continue to reach the knee towards the wall behind us. We want to keep that flex of the foot as we maintain the length from that foundation through the crown of our head. And then we'll take that left foot and we'll gently relax it back down to the earth. We'll step our right out. Gently we'll release the left to the ground. We'll find that nice grounding through the sit bones. We'll work that right knee up in towards that armpit as we draw that right hand to the outsole of the foot. We'll gently hold on to that right foot with our left hand as we begin to work that knee up over that tricep, up onto that shoulder as far as our body allows, and we find that extension through the spine. Remember that we want to hug the low belly in. We want to draw the floating ribs together. Let the shoulders relax back and down so that we can work that stretch through the hamstring and through the inner hip flexors. Remember to keep that foot flexed. We want to maintain that Pada Bandha. Then we allow that stretch for just a few more moments, grounding through the sit bones, lengthening through the spine. Then we'll release that right foot down to the earth. We'll find that we'll just swap legs again as we keep those hips nice and warm. We'll find that shoulder comes up underneath the knee. We can even reach the knee back towards the wall behind us. And now we're going to squeeze that shoulder, the upper arm, with our leg. Try and get that leg to remain there and release the hands from the earth. We'll then gently find that grounding through the sit bones, the hug of our low belly. We'll gently extend that right foot out in front of us. So we're going to find that lift off the earth, that hug of the low belly. Really notice that core strengthening. Now rock that shoulder weight forward into the hands. We'll extend through the arms to see if we can get those sit bones off the earth. And then we begin to extend toward the feet through. We can extend through the feet towards the sky. And then gently we can relax those sit bones back down to the earth as we found our way into our elephant trunk posture. We're going to find that on the other side as we just allow that left knee to relax into that comfortable seated position. We find that right leg gently bent, grounded upon the foot. We'll start to work the knee up the tricep, maybe up onto the shoulder. The hug of the low belly works that extension out of our foundation. When we continue to work that length through the spine, we hug the upper arm or the shoulder with that right leg. We'll gently begin to extend through our left leg as we continue to ground through the sit bones, working that length out of our foundation. The hands will ground just about shoulder distance apart. We'll start to really rock that weight forward. Find that we shift that weight out of the sit bones into the hands. And then maybe we want to start to extend the soles of the feet up towards the sky. Really find that lift out of our foundations. And then gently we can release the sit bones to the earth. We can ground through that left foot. We'll let that right knee release from the shoulder. We'll extend the legs out in front of us, hugging the low belly in, allowing the hinge at the hips to release into that forward fold over our foundation, finding our Paschimottanasana. And we'll find just a few moments here, just letting ourselves relax into our posture. We'll draw the gaze forward, reaching through the chest forward and up, the shoulders back up and over the hips. Then gently we'll roll one vertebrae at a time onto our backs as we draw the feet flat upon the earth. As we ground through the pelvis and the shoulders, we'll gently draw that right foot off the ground and the ankle will draw across the knee. We'll hug the low belly in, gently drawing the left knee in towards the chest. Continue to ground through the pelvis and relax the shoulders into the earth. As we continue to extend through the spine, we'll work that gentle stretch through that piriformis muscle grouping. And gently we'll relax that left foot back down to the earth. We'll release the right foot as well. We'll inhale that left foot off the ground, gently crossing that left ankle across our right knee. We'll begin to work that right knee in towards the chest, the grounding through the pelvis to maintain length in our spine. Gently wrapping the hands around our right shin, we'll begin to work that knee in towards the chest. We continue to find that length of our spine. And gently we'll release that right foot back down to the earth. That left foot gently releases. We'll extend the legs out. We'll find that the soles of the feet can come together. The knees can splay outward. And we can let our Shavasana today be in a nice little reclined bound angle. We'll just relax the arms alongside the body, finding that we just relax into this foundation. Letting that natural rhythmic flowing breath move through the body for just a few moments. And we'll gently begin to work the feet flat upon the earth. We'll draw the knees into the chest as we rock to our right hand side. And gently making our way to a comfortable seated position. And then we can find that grounding through the sit bones, any leg variation that we find comfortable. And I just want to thank you for your continued practice and for that consistency to build progress. Thank you and namaste.